Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. You know what's going on. I'm your host Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and welcome back to another episode of the Silver Boys Podcast. Week 6, Kyle.
Week six, week six, week six. Some close games, some not so close games. It was a dogfight week six. I think that's the basic rundown.
Yeah, interesting week 6 to say the
Yeah,
least. Um, yeah, let's get into it. So, the Broncos defeated the Jets 13-11 in London. Ugly. It was a snooze fest. Trust me, if you slept in, you didn't really miss much.
didn't miss
Uh,
nothing.
Chargers defeated the Dolphins 29-27. Colts defeated the Cardinals 31-27. Seahawks defeated the Jaguars 20-12. Patriots defeated the Saints 25-19. Rams defeated the Ravens 17-3. Panthers defeated the Cowboys 30-27. Upset of the week probably. Raiders defeated the Titans 20-10. Bucks defeated the 49ers 30-19. Packers defeated the Bengals 27-18. Chiefs defeated the Lions 30-17. Falcons defeated the Bills 24-14, and the Bears defeated the Commanders 25-24.
What a good game that one was. The Bears versus Washington, Jaden Daniels with his one turnover. 1 point loss, one turnover. You can equate it there. Apples to apples almost if you really wanted to. Apples to Granny Smith apples. Uh Shout out to the Panthers for getting another dub. Looking like they might have hit a little bit of a mid-season momentum, as I like to call it, maybe. But Rico Dowdle was doing his thing, running back for the Panthers. He was able to just run all over his previous team. Um, you know, uh, the defense has always been a problem. Not, I shouldn't say always, but it was a big question mark coming in this year without Micah Parsons.
Mhm.
Um, but that defense has been able to uh get by because the Cowboys can score. And they can score, 40 in droves, it seems like almost, but the Panthers just had their number this game. And that's really all it chalks up to. Ravens is 3 points, man. Jesus Lord. I don't have much to say about that one. Honestly, honestly, I don't have nothing to say. And then minus 10 yards passing for Justin Fields. Man,
Yeah, fewest in franchise history. 9 sacks for the Broncos. He had open receivers. He's just been very, very hesitant. It sucks watching this team because this was a team that me and you said that was a team that could make some noise, just based off the players on a roster. They looked really good, but after that gut-wrenching loss to the Steelers in week one, it's basically been downhill since then. They just haven't figured it out. And very interested to see how long Aaron Glenn does stay.
yeah, man, it's not looking like it's gonna be he might not even finish out the season, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, that's a scary thought.
Like he might not even finish out the season, which is sad because, you know, I think that you can juxtapose that to how, the Bengals are doing right now almost too, because it's like, so many people are gonna say, it's not really Zach Taylor's fault. The fact that once you go out into the field, it's all about execution from your players. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
only so much the coach can do. Yeah, he could put them in the best positions to do that, but if your offense ain't can't put up no points, can't put up no yards, just because your quarterback is hesitant, maybe him and your receivers aren't on the same page, the old line ain't looking great at all. They're just pretty much just folding like a cheap lawn tent. Um, so I mean, yeah, I should say that it's easy to put all the blame on Aaron Glenn. It really is easy to just be like, all right, he didn't work out. We just gonna fire him. And week like what? For all we know, week 12 he could get fired. You know what I mean? Like, they could give him a couple more weeks from here, but I say all of that to say that maybe it's Justin Fields too. Like, well, it definitely is Justin Fields a
Well,
little bit.
he has to take the blame too. He's the quarterback. He has no choice.
Yes, yes. Which is sad to see because, he had that little bit of time in Pittsburgh where they were just like a little, you know, they were
They
like,
were 4-2 when he was quarterback. He was really good.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't. I really don't.
I thought him being back with Garrett Wilson was going to change things. Because they obviously have that connection going back to Ohio State.
Hmm.
That is what I was thinking. And then plus the fact that they have an actual like really good defense. But yeah, man, I don't know. For me personally, it shows that not all coordinators can become head coaches.
Yeah,
We've
some
seen that.
coordinators are just meant to be coordinators.
Yeah, no, we've seen that time and time again. The other person I think of is Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels was horrible when he was with the Raiders.
Josh McDaniels, yeah, and damn, there was the one dude, Matt Patricia, low key.
Yeah, yeah, Patricia. He's another one who wasn't really equipped to be a head coach. Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes those guys aren't they're either not ready or that's not who they are meant to be. Happy that they took the jump at least and took a try at it, but sometimes that's just what it is, and I feel like that's what it is for Aaron Glenn. Maybe he's not ready to be a head coach, and that's all it could be. And also, how are the players in the locker room? Are they responding to him well? Like what is that like? Because it's certain things. Like obviously losing can make you like just lose your mind.
Mhm.
Obviously, so I think that's another thing that I'll be very curious to watch as this season goes along, and if they do keep Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, but I mean, as of right now, if you having a losing season, double losing season, I mean, we already know you're right. Your writing's on the door, pretty much, brother.
Basically, yeah, you gotta do something to have hope and have that there's a light at the end of the tunnel somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Um, Panthers Cowboys is the one that I wanted to talk about. It was Rigo Dowdle's revenge game. He told the Cowboys to buckle up, and as he said in the press conference afterwards, they weren't buckled up. Plain and simple. 239 yards from scrimmage. He had 30 carries, 183 yards on the ground, four receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
Just eating on Dallas defense, bro. The
He
Alice
did.
Cowboys, because they ain't had no D.
Yeah, yeah, Alice.
The Alice
Alice.
Cowboys.
Oh man, he looked like he was just doing as he wanted. He was going through them, around them, over them. It didn't matter what play call it was. He was going to eat. Bryce Young looked really good out there. Really good out there. I loved on that 4th and 3. They needed the yards to keep the drive going. He gets it to Hunter Renfro on that quick slant
Mhm.
route. And that just looked good. And Bryce Young overall, the whole game just looked good. And he's looked fairly well this whole season
He has. I
for the
can't even
most
sit
part.
here
So
and
you
lie to
can't
you.
even
Yeah.
lie. Yeah, yeah, he looks really good. So happy for him. Proud of that Panthers team for sticking to it, and they were going blow for blow with Dallas, and on the defensive side, they got the stops when they needed to, which is hard to
Yes.
do because Dak was on one. Dak and George Pickens were both on one
Yeah.
that game
So,
too.
and that
So.
says, that says more about the Panthers defense than it does about the Cowboys offense, honestly,
Hmm.
because it just shows that because we know what Dak and oh Lord.
Pickens.
Pickens, thank you. Sorry, I just completely blanked. Now that we know what Dak and Pickens, are capable of doing, especially with no CD there, they're able to put points on the board. So, like I said, shout out to the Panthers defense for coming through to play.
Yeah,
And like you said, I'm just going to piggyback off of what you said about Bryce Young too. He looks confident. He looks comfortable in the pocket. It looks like he looked like he's making reads and progressing through his reads. He's not rushed. And I think that was his biggest problem. He looked rushed in his first couple years, but not anymore. No,
yeah,
now you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. He looks like he's been there before
He's
now, which
settled. He's
is
settled
yeah,
in finally,
yeah,
and
and
that's the biggest thing because you have to be able to give these guys like 50 starts, 50 good quality starts.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah.
and that takes time to build, and to build the foundation upon that.
Right, right. And plus, it also helps when you have the right coaches around them too.
Exactly.
The Cowboys defense, just reading off some numbers, they're basically second to last or damn near last in everything. Rushing yards per game, 142.2. They're ranked 29th. Points per game, 31, 31st in the NFL. Passing yards per game, 269 and a half at that's dead last. First downs, 145 so far. That's dead last too.
Oh my God.
To this day, I still do not understand what in the world they were thinking by signing up Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator after the debacle that he had in Chicago.
Yeah, that was not that was a bad move, a very bad move because it was a cluster of things
Yes.
in in Chicago with Matt Eberflus, and then you hire him as your defensive coordinator, then you get rid of your best defensive player. Something, you're bound to get 40 put up on you, 30
And
put up on you every week.
and you bring in Kenny Clark to try to stop the run when in reality he can't stop the run.
And Trayvon Diggs getting cooked on every opportunity possible.
Yeah, ever since he came back from his ACL tear, he just has not been the same.
And within that, and that's sad to see too, because some dudes like nowadays, like guys like I'm gonna bring this up real quick, like Jason Tatum coming back real quick. Well, he was Achilles, I think, right?
Yeah,
Never mind. But still, you know what I mean. These guys are coming back faster from ACL injuries, is what I'm trying to say here.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, trying to. Yeah, I'm not just going to say he came back fast. He came back in the amount of time that
In the
he should
amount of
have. I feel like
time,
I feel like in football it's different because of the muscles that you have to use and because of the way that you have to play, especially playing corner,
and like your lateral movement and whatnot.
having to turn quickly and things of that nature. Yeah, I don't know. It takes time, but sometimes you could really lose it just like that too.
Yeah,
Um, the Bucks defeated the 49ers. Baker Mayfield once again putting the team on his back, and the team is filled with nothing but injuries. Don't have Mike Evans, doesn't have Chris Godwin, loses Emeka Egbuka, and he still goes out there and puts up a dub. 17 for 23, 256 yards and two tutties. Dude is a beast, man. He's a beast. He's my
yeah.
favorite quarterback to watch right now.
Baker is we've been saying this for forever. He's a gamer. He's a dog. He's everything underneath to whatever synonym that you can come up with. He is that.
Mhm.
He's right now. He's my MVP favorite right now.
Yeah, same.
Just simply because of what he's doing without his top three guys there. And he's still winning.
Yeah,
And when it comes to the most valuable person on your team, the essence of what that means, he is the most valuable person because he is the one that's driving you towards your wins.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and that's the best way to put it. Like, I think
Yeah, yeah, no, he's everything and
I
more
would love
that
for
you want.
Baker to get himself an MVP trophy. I really would. I can't lie.
That would be so awesome to see just because of like how his time went with the Browns and then how his time went with the Panthers and everyone, basically, counting him out and how he's
Mhm.
been able to come back, that short stint that he had with the Rams basically revived him and
Yes.
it's the reason why we see the Tampa Bay Baker that we see now.
Hmm.
Um, some bad news for the Niners. They lose Fred Warner. He's out for the season. I think he broke his ankle, if I'm not mistaken. It was so bad that the broadcast didn't even replay the injury from when he got injured, the play of when he got injured. So prayers up to him and hope for a speedy recovery. The Chiefs defeating the Lions. The Chiefs look like the old Chiefs, man. Mahomes, 22 of 30, 257 yards and three touchdowns. That Chiefs defense, they were on one. Held,
On one.
held Jahmyr Gibbs to just 65 yards and no touchdowns, and David Montgomery to 24 rushing yards. So,
We know we know what that Chiefs defense can do. We go up against their Detroit behind the Ravens are, that's probably the second best running team in the NFL, if you ask me
mhm,
personally.
mhm.
And so we know what they could do with the Ravens against that Ravens running attack. So, pretty much the same thing against the, Detroit running attack. But it looks like Patrick Mahomes and them Kansas City boys, they hit their stride now. It looks like after a little minor hiccup in the beginning of the season, a couple weeks ago, they look like they right there, and it's fine. They're all
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
They're
no,
all
they
good.
they they look good, and now they're getting another big reinforcement back in Rashid Rice. He's coming back from his suspension this week, so that is going to be huge for them. The Falcons defeated the Bills 24 to 14. Bijan Robinson, in my opinion, I feel like as of right now, he's going to be Offensive Player of the Year, but I also feel like we have to put respect on his name and we got to put him up there in the MVP conversation because of how he's able to help carry this Falcons team right now. They look good out there, bro. They look
Mhm.
good out there, and it takes a lot of pressure off of Michael Penix too, as well.
Very
I
much
think
so.
that's the
Very
reason
much
why.
so.
I think that's the reason why we had to put him up there at least in just the MVP conversation, just cause.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm not mad at that at all. The rough go for the Bills these past couple weeks.
Yeah, injuries, man.
Injuries are the biggest thing, that can derail a season, especially, I thought they was about to go undefeated, you know what I'm saying? But then here you go, that injury bug gets to any and everybody, it seems like,
hmm hmm
So yeah, I mean that's all I can say about that. But yeah, Bills, I mean, it's the midseason low,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Panthers are hitting that midseason high almost, and then the Bills are hitting the low. We'll see who
yeah.
comes out on top later. You feel me?
Everybody hits it, man, but it's all about how you finish, man. It's all about how you
Yes.
finish. And we already talked about the Bears and the Commanders. The Tennessee Titans fired Brian Callahan. He had a 4-19 record as a Titans
Oh.
head coach. So yeah, obviously a firing was going to come in at some point. The last four QBs that have been taken number one overall have all seen their head coach fired during or after or just after their rookie season. So Trevor Lawrence with Urban Meyer, Bryce Young with Frank Wright, Caleb Williams with Matt Eberflus, and now Cam Ward with Brian Callahan. So yeah.
It seems like that's just like that's essentially the going rate.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time
now
you get a new quarterback, you gotta fire. It's part of the deal.
it's
You
part of
gotta
the
fire
ritual.
your head coach.
It's part of the ritual now.
Yeah, you gotta fire your head coach. If not that season, the season
The
after.
season after, yeah. At
Yo.
some point soon, your time is up, buddy.
Yo, it's for every new quarterback that comes in, whether that be on a team, like a trade, or
hmm
it be something else, unless you like Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford or
Oh,
something.
well, yeah, they traded for, yeah,
Yeah, facts,
they,
facts. But
and
like
and
they
and at
traded
least
for him.
and at
But
least Sean McVay got his quarterback to a Super Bowl, at least, you know what I mean? So,
facts.
yeah, no,
These
so
guys, they can't hit the ocean if it was with a rock,
yeah,
honestly.
I couldn't hit it with a floaty, man.
Nah, man, they couldn't even hit it with a remote if I wanted to. You could throw Mount Everest in the ocean. It seems like these guys just be
They
missing,
figure out to miss it.
especially Matt Eberflus, man. I don't know what be going on with him.
I don't even know what to say about him no more, bro. He's got it, bro.
Oh,
He got it. He got it.
anywhere he goes, there that black cat be going.
Yo, 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 for real. That's
Yeah.
the real black cat right
Uh,
there, man.
yes.
Moving on, man. We had Thursday night football. Bengals upset the Steelers 33-31. Aaron Rodgers, he had a fairly decent game. 23 for 34, 249 yards, four touchdowns, and two interceptions. Joe Flacco, 31 for 47, 342 yards, and three tutties. Them old men, man, they were out there and they were showing it, bro. They were showing
Boy,
it.
I'm like, yo, this is about to be the new thing. We
It,
about to
it,
start seeing some 40-year-old quarterback going
it,
against each other.
we might have to with the way that these young quarterbacks be coming in. They ain't coming in all unpolished and whatnot. We got dudes with like barely a full season of college football coming in and thinking that they gonna start. Like, nah, bro. Like,
No, 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 no.
it
No,
was
no,
like
no.
who said it? I forgot who said it, but you had just said it. These guys need to have at least a good 50, starts coming out of college at
Mm-hmm.
least that you would want for these guys to come in but Aaron Rodgers and Flacco, man, these guys are old statesmen. They're both Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. They're both quarterbacks who have been there, done that. You can't really fool them. They
They done
just
been through every up and every down possibly
exactly.
known to the NFL world.
Exactly, man. They're the statesmen right now, and they showed it today, tonight, or excuse me, Thursday night, excuse me.
Hmm.
So shout outs to them, man. It's showing it that the old men still got it, baby.
Yo, I mean, you gotta give it to Joe Flacco, man. He just gave the
Just
Bengals a lot of hope right now.
yeah,
You
man. He
know,
he just got there. Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards and a touchdown. Those 16 receptions just set a Bengals record right there.
Joe
Uh,
Flacco was just giving him the ball.
he's just giving
16
him the
catches.
ball.
He had 23. He had 23 attempts almost.
Yeah, yeah. What's it called? Who he reminds me of? Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson used to always say, he still to this day, from what I hear, he calls his coaches up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and tells them that he's open.
Yo.
Like, bro, like I've seen, I'll tell you guys on a little story. Me and my dad, we went to a Jets game way back when. This is back when like Carson Palmer was the quarterback for the Bengals and Chad
Damn.
Johnson. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
showing my age low
long.
key. And Chad Johnson, was obviously the star wide receiver. And I remember I had like this little tape, this NFL films tape for my PSP, and I would always play it. And Chad Johnson would always tell everybody that he's open. He said there could be three people on me. I am open.
I'm open.
Went to the game, bro, and he was right. He is always open. And that's what I thought of with Jamar Chase. He is always open. So when in doubt, just give it to Jamar.
No,
He's
for
a cheat
real.
code. Just when in doubt, just give it to Jamar. So nothing but respect. Obviously, I always hate them. I will always hate them being a Steelers fan, but nothing but respect for how they played, nothing but respect for how the Steelers played. Both teams could have easily packed it in because both teams at some point were down by more than double digits.
10 points, yeah.
Endpoint, you know what I mean? So, respect to both teams, man, and that's what the NFC North is, bro. That it's just dogfights no matter what. Sadly for Mike Tomlin, 0-7 in road divisional games on Thursday night football games. So,
Damn.
yeah, man, he as great as a head coach he is, he for some unknown reason just can't win it on Thursday nights on the road. And it was the same thing with us last year against the Cleveland Browns. Thought that they had that game intact, but mm-mm.
I mean, the Bengals are coming off a short week too. Like they just lost as well last week, so they
Yeah,
probably had a little bit more like going them. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, tough loss for the Steelers. Great win for the Bengals. Respect. They had the all white going on for them too.
Which is
So,
fire.
so
Which
which
is
is, yeah,
fire.
always fire, always fire. Love to see that for them. So, yeah, good stuff right there. Good stuff right there with the NFL.
Hmm.
Um, got some pretty good games coming up this weekend too. I don't have the schedule right in front of me right now as I speak, but yes, I do know that there are some good games coming up for sure indeed, such as Giants and the Broncos play this Sunday. So that one's gonna be a good one.
That's a great game.
Yeah, Rams and Jaguars overseas in London. That's the early
Mm.
9:30 game. I think that should be a pretty good game as well. Vikings and Eagles. We'll see if the Eagles can somehow, some way
Bounce
bounce back.
back. Yeah.
Vikings coming off of goodbye. Colts and Chargers. That's gonna be a
That's
dogfight.
that's a that's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Then Monday night, the late Monday night game, we got this the early one, Bucks and Lions on that one.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we eating, Kyle. We eating, baby.
Yo boy. Yo boy.
We eating,
Okay.
my boy.
That's a
Um,
good Monday night game. Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Yes, indeed. So let's transition over to college football. So
Gotcha.
after, we're not gonna make nothing crazy of this. Actually, yes, I will, because you're gonna make something crazy of this. After losing back-to-back games to UCLA and to Northwestern, where they were favored by double digits, Penn State has decided to fire James Franklin, who has been there since 2014. He was 1-18 versus top five teams, 4-26 versus top 10 teams, 4-16 versus Michigan and Ohio State, and only
Yo.
won one Big Ten championship in 2016.
Yo, they're posers. They're posers.
I,
I've been saying this since '03, bro. And I was born in '02, okay? All right? All
I
right?
can't even say nothing about that in '03 because they
I'm
had they
kidding.
had the
I mean,
tournament.
I don't know. I really don't know, guys. It was
I'll,
just a saying I made up.
I'll put it I'll put it to you like this. Obviously, yes, he couldn't win the big games, but he did turn that program around because they were
He
in a
did.
very dark place before he got there. So shout outs to him for doing that. Yeah, no, now obviously just curious just to see who will be next. Uh,
Next in
next
line,
next up
whether
in
they
line.
can
Yeah.
keep up the same success that this head coach just had, and keep that Penn State boring team going, you know? Sorry, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Penn State hate here. But actually I don't apologize. No, keep that boring program going. And that boring successful program going.
Yeah, man. We'll see what they got going on next. A lot of names obviously being rumored around, but we won't know until later on. So, yeah, no, look for that. But a good amount of decommits though. The lost a pretty good old lineman, lost a pretty good running back. So obviously we all knew that was gonna happen to
Yeah,
make
Penn
the
State's
shift.
gonna definitely have like a little bit of a lull like year or
Yeah,
something because of the fact that you have some decommits now.
yeah,
Guys that are probably going there strictly for the coach. But with those stats that you just put up, who's gonna want to go there if without your head coach being set in stone more than
right.
anything else.
Right. Just going through week 7, Alabama, number 8, Alabama beats number 14, Missouri, 27-24. Number 1, Ohio State beats number 17, Illinois, 34-16. Number 7, Indiana beats number 3, Oregon, 30-20. Huge. Number
Big.
4, Ole Miss beats Washington State, 24-21. Number 5, Texas A&M beats Florida, 34-17. Texas beats number 6 Oklahoma 23-6.
Mm,
Big one, big one, big one. USC beats number 15 Michigan 31 to 13. Number 18 BYU goes into double overtime with Arizona and beats them 33-27. Number 21 Arizona State gets pummeled by Utah 42-10. Florida State, after looking great, all of a sudden does not look great. Now they're 0-3 in the ACC as they lose to Pitt 34-31.
Yo, Florida State looking going out sorry, boy.
Mhm.
Damn.
Going out sad indeed. Now they are unranked, obviously, so
After the day was just and it was just right here a
they
couple
would
weeks
get.
ago when we was watching it in V Dubs.
They was looking good. Moving on to next week. Number 2 Miami has Louisville. Number 25 Nebraska has Minnesota. The number 8 Oregon goes into Rutgers, which is, by the way, homecoming weekend. So
mm,
big weekend. Number 11 Tennessee versus number 6 Alabama. Number 10 LSU versus number 17 Vanderbilt. Number 5 Ole Miss versus number 9 Georgia.
okay, okay.
Number 20 USC versus number 13 Notre Dame.
That's another good one.
Number 23 Utah versus number 15 BYU. So
Mm.
got some pretty good ranked matchups going on this weekend.
I love this 12 team format, man. I do. I really do, boy. I don't gotta worry about just four teams no more. Yes.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I love it. I love it, yo. Whoever's in like that 13th spot, you got to get to the top of your conference. Like
Bro,
that's important. I
I'm
really thought Florida State was gonna be in there, but being 0-3 in your conference, yeah,
at this
pack it up
point,
and
right?
go. You're done.
I'm really looking forward to. I was sitting there trying to debate myself what game I was looking forward to, but I'm really looking forward to Notre Dame and USC,
Mm,
because Notre Dame with that top heavy schedule, with losing to Miami and Texas A&M, now they basically have to win out. So if they win against USC, you can almost guarantee them a spot. But
hmm
if USC got something to say, which they had a lot of talking going on versus Michigan, so they got something to say against this Notre Dame squad. It's gonna be very interesting where USC ranks up, and then to see where Notre Dame will fall to.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm interested in the Tennessee Alabama game as well because that's a slippery slope. Because Tennessee's really, really good like this
Hmm.
year, like
Hmm.
really good.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a team to watch out for. That could be a little bit of a sneaky one for Alabama to get out, 27-24. They just won. So, they're squeaking by, but they're close games.
yeah. Ty Simpson looks like the best quarterback in the nation to me personally. He's zipping. He got a zip on that ball, man. He got a zip on that ball, and those Bama boys, those wide receivers and running backs,
Come
they
on, bro.
they
You
come to
already
play.
know, son.
They
You
come
already
to play,
roll
man.
tide, boy.
They come to play. We're about to get up out of here, but the NBA starts next Tuesday. Kyle, do you have any hot takes? Any teams that you're looking forward to looking at? Anybody that you think is basically destined to make it all the way this year?
I
Year?
have two.
Talk to me.
I have two.
Talk to me.
Two things to say. Number one, OKC will go back to back.
Ooh,
I think they look too good right now in the preseason. Actually, I have three. I have three. I have three. I have three.
okay.
All right. First one, OKC gonna go back to back. Number
Hmm.
two, the Charlotte Hornets will be in playoff contention this year as
Ooh.
well.
Really? Okay.
Brandon Miller doing his thing with LaMelo, and then you
Miles
got
Bridges.
Miles Bridges as well too. I
Hmm.
think that if you keep them healthy, that's Showtime. That's not Showtime Lakers. That's Showtime. That's Showtime Charlotte. Yo. This Showtime Charlotte. Number three, the Warriors aren't gonna make it into the play-in because they have Al Horford on their squad. I rest my
Alrighty.
case. I rest my case. Black cat. Black cat.
That's the NBA black cat right there.
Yes, it
You
is.
got
If y'all don't know, now y'all know. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
Oh man, that's our episode for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed just as much as we did. Stay tuned for next week as we will have more. But till then, I'm your host Cam Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you. Thank you.